You are listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Radio Free Larry.
All right, here we go again. I'm not going to stay on too long. There's road noise here. I ran the cost. It's going to cost me some money for an inspection. And I ran the cost on the ride share. I got to at least try to walk home. 30 something bucks. I don't know if anybody was hacking me. There's a lot of hacking going on this morning. So I tried to get into one bank that I was going to use their credit card, and they kept messing around with it. And then it would say, we sent the code, the verification code, but it wouldn't say where they sent it. So I pulled up my other phone, pulled up the same screen, and it was way different. So, every mile I walk, it's that much cheaper. And I'm in low ground now. I'm walking uphill. I was walking downhill and I was up on a crest. And I could see the antenna right behind my development. Right. So I was focusing on the antenna. That was working for a psychological trick. I'm in pain, but I'm in pain every day whether I walk or not. I brought me a hydration drink. Not that crazy, energy drink, but real hydration. This hill's killing me. I'm over by St. Mark's. I'm over. A lot of roadkill. Y'all got some pretty big snakes out here, and one was roadkill, but boy, it was big. A little cool, right? Actually, the cool weather would make them come out in the sun. I might actually see one. It's alive. Yeah, I definitely at least cut in half already. Got some crazy rideshare prices out here. I don't know if there's somebody else local that handles it, it's cheaper or not. Like I said, it was so high, I was wondering if I was being hacked. Only like 3 miles on a main road. Won't take you that much. Take all of like 3 minutes. 5 minutes maybe. Once I get up this hill, it'll be easy to coast down the other side. Yeah, I know I need most likely rear tires and front brakes. I don't know if I need anything else. Maybe shocks, who knows. Woo! Woo! That sound helps you get up a hill. Woo! 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 That's an interesting load. He's got his front of his rear set of tires up in the air, which probably Helps him with the gas mileage. I guess he don't need it, whatever load he's carrying. Then he drops them down right, on the trailer when he needs them. Carry some weight. Less rolling resistance. A lot of people got old Chevrolets around here. Chevelles, Impalas, Corvettes. Once they had something Chevrolet nearby, I guess Yanko and all that's Pennsylvania. That antenna looks so close, but actually, no, I can go on the near side. I can go right to turns right at that antenna. That road, Church Road. I wonder if I can take any back roads yet and get in there. That's a problem with this kind of area. There's no real shortcut. Anything's like if you want to come off the main road, it's a long cut. I got about a mile left, I guess. You're walking. I am too heavy though. I don't know if I was ever this heavy. I got heavy a little bit in the marsh starts, like power lifting and stuff, and then I cut back and lost the weight. My age, I shouldn't be as heavy. That's deep state. I still be in a gym riding my bicycle in Santa Fe at one for deep state. Most likely. Or somewhere else. Because it'd be way out of the way if I took one of these side roads now. Right. It's not bad. First, I thought that there wasn't much. There were spots where there might be, no shoulder, but you just got to be cognizant of what side of the road to be on when. I had to cross the road once, get to some shoulder. It's not shoulder. It's not bad. The people are generally courteous. Got something called Kevco Labs over here. Might be in plain sight, Be a meth lab, Marked as a lab, nobody looks at it. Or a fentanyl lab. I think they actually did come up. No, it was a restaurant or something. That was that one. Sometimes try to explain away it's professional equipment or something. Right. An antenna looks pretty close, but it's an illusion. Because if I went through the woods, it's probably shorter, but it'd take me probably even longer. I mean, I don't know what the wood. It may actually not. I don't know. I'll have to go over that hill. Right. Where the antenna is, and that'd probably kill me. Is that an old monster back there? Maybe I don't want to go through the woods. Radioactive when I get to the other side. Back when I was a kid, I don't know if they'd shoot you or not. But they shot the farmer would shoot you with a salt round, a salt shotgun or something. He cut through his land. So when you cut through his land, everybody's all paranoid. We were walking one time, just talking away like this, and next thing we knew, we were in a field with a bunch of cattle. Like you try to stay in the other fields, but they rotate the fields that the cattle are in. And the governor looking at a bunch of cows, like, oh shit. We ran to the fence. Yeah, I'm sure Bucks County was different back then. Probably got a bunch of malls now. I know the one place, the farm's probably something to develop. But the one place, there's a field. It takes you. I can't remember where you enter from. I know it takes you out to Street Road, I think the field was, would be the corner of Street New York. But that was loaded. Like I was upland hunting. Nobody would do it. It wasn't legal. I don't think. I think it was just in the city limits. But yeah, pheasant and quail everywhere in there. Scared the bejesus out of you while you're walking. Jump out of a thicket. Especially by yourself, When you're young, you got the alert on when you walk through a field anyway. This is probably kind of like what Bucks County used to be. I don't know if you got any pheasant quail. That antenna looks so close, I could reach out and touch it, but I probably still got a 3/4 of a mile to get around the world, taking the roads. I'm actually climbing a hill, so I'm not going to be as tall as, because when you get off the road, it goes up another about 50 feet to 100 foot. Okay, it's not 100 foot straight up elevation, but it's 100 foot distance by 50 foot. 50 foot by 100 foot. Do the hypotenuse thing to figure it out, right? The grade of the elevation. Maybe that was something else. I don't remember exactly how it's grade elevation. But I'm on the internet now. You can just call it up. So a guy just drove by in some sort of bucket truck. They're going to try to trip him up. Tried to trip me up with a stick on the road here just as his vehicle was passing. And again, inference, and I noticed him. Right. Now, waste management's on. That big W. See, G.W. Bush authorized waste management of people without realizing it. He did admit that inside, that he allowed some things he shouldn't have allowed, but it wasn't explained to him the way they explained it. Or the way they explained it wasn't the way it actually was operating. Right. I don't know what's up with Cheney's doctor. Who cares? The president, it's like all bullshit, The president works until he dies, okay? That's the way it used to be. Right. If Trump don't wake up tomorrow, then we got Vance. That's the way it works. What, are you going to hold an election? Right. I'm going to think about it. We used that one of our best presidents, FDR, in a wheelchair. Right. got very disrespectful to the entire nation and the history of this nation. That's funny. That's the guy. That's the guy that was cleaning. I think that's the guy that was. This is Ralph. He was the guy who was cleaning the windows on the door when I went into the mechanic shop. Now he's at some house cleaning the windows. I know Waste Management's on the side of the road here. Probably trying to figure out where we're supposed to drop the dumpster. Oh wait, there's somebody up. Is that a dumpster company up there? What is that? Got some sort of rental business or something. Right. He on the side of the road over here, but they're on the side of the road there. Not as bad as I thought the walk was going to be. But boy, I got some pain. You know, the deep state does things to drive the pain up in your mind. I mean, they're just every. You want to call it a dirty trick, you can call it a dirty trick, but it's spycraft. It's criminal. It's lethal, and it's caused the suicide of plenty of veterans. They're just sick people, man. No matter how perfect they present themselves to you all, again, it's narcissism. Thanks, sir. Yeah, that W used to mean W. Bush. Till he repented, he changed things, fired some U.S. attorneys. Oh, it's like Sunbury on that one. It's funny on the trip. I was thinking of moving in Sunbury. They got fancies in their mind that I'm a mental midget and they're all geniuses. Yeah, they're criminally genius, but that's anti-genius. I'm ruining their fantasy that I was neurotic about the woman following me or about this or about that or their scam. Sometimes it's not really a fantasy, it's a scam. But some actually leave their own shit. Go to hell and eat their own shit. They've caused that in people's lives. They don't care, man. They're just sickos. 6 is the day they were born. I got the DG market, so I know I'm close. I got about another third of a mile. It's not really a hard walk. The hills can be, but there's so much downhill. You get a rest on the downhills. You just got to be able to make the uphill. I mean, like, for all we know, and again, I'm not saying it's anything, but Waste Management, all of their money may have come from the CIA. That'd be one of their businesses, unofficial business or official business. They say can't use it for corruption and criminal purpose. Unless it's national criminal purpose, and that's restricted by law. And reality, not their fantastical representations, or fantastical is actually the way to say it. I cross the road here. right, the FedEx trucks are sending messages, but I'm like, there's another W. Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, there's people being executed in government. First, it came out FedEx Freight, which is a Q for FedEx Freight, which means they're trying to fear people that are on the federal. They're trying to get them to kill themselves before they make it out of government. And FedEx Ground is FedEx grounded, so they can't get anywhere. And then Waste Management is the other Q. That's the mind of the deep state. Everybody else is waste. They're the elites. Everybody else is waste. When it's the reverse, really. They kill the real intelligent elite people. They don't want you inventing things to help people they harm. It has nothing to do with national security or safety of the country or the people. They're all sick. Right? It's not a hill. I can't see the antenna. I'm like even with it or something. The woods are blocking it. I'll wait for me, I guess. Now, CIA is like SS Nazis, man. They ain't nothing, no good to give. I mean, yeah, there's some people doing their job. People that are the bosses aren't going to have them do their job. Right. They want to call it the military-industrial complex. No, it's Satan. The devil said. Got to replace these signs. Governor? Well, this is some signage that would be part of tourism. I don't know, Gumto's greenhouse may not be it, but there's a sign that says Hotel Beacon Restaurant. That's probably part of our tourism. Suncrest Golf Course, that's part of our tourism, and maybe even, recreation here. Talk to Butler County. Well, you put a mandate out for the governor's office that we're fight all kind of thing. May need funding for it. Well, they see raggedy, run-down signs. They, I ain't coming back to this place and spend my millions. This is actually like a tour. This is got to be a tourism spot. I guess maybe it's dead. I don't know. Now, is it this road here or that road up there? See, there's a lot. Says no 3 Street private lane. Is that where that thing is? I know the other side of Church Road's called something else, I think. I know that's where the golf course. That's probably what it's talking about. So I would take that sign and move it up this way. That's really raggedy. I could have took a picture of it, but I won't embarrass you. I'll get a massage. I don't know. I gotta figure out where to go. Now Deep State get ready with their right. The biggest scam is they don't charge people for false statements, false reporting. If they did that, it would end in a day. But anything that the deep state engages in is a crime that's very difficult to prosecute. You got to get past the bosses that are part of something like that before you can even get a prosecution for it. There's been cases made for decades on that. Right? That's why Rush get the big money, the gold bars, and the millions. Because he ain't going to prosecute that kind of case. In fact, he's going to operate people so they won't prosecute those cases. You're the king of false statements, running the CIA entire section. Now, again, I know about gray morality, but there's limits. They'll say, "Oh, he don't know. He can't handle the truth. What it takes to screw up the world, steal all the money." I'm the one told you the truth for that. That obviously my message that I sent to you about Iran was probably a good idea, wasn't it? Before they try to shut you down, right? You can't handle the truth, all. No, Senator Day came up to me and talked to me or anything, but 2 months ago or whenever I sent it a month ago, whatever it was, 3 months ago, whatever it was. That's what they try to tell people. Somebody talking to him. You can't handle the truth. That's why they lie about me. Okay, the FedEx Express just came by, so the floodgates of people leaving the government might open up. Because they're an assembly of God. That's why we're helping them. We help people, though, but. I get my keys here. They ain't used for my life, it's used to help people. PCA. PCA. And you gotta open up to like the ghetto code when you're doing sin. Hashem writes in ghetto code sometimes. Never thought I'd gonna make it. I still got a little bit to go, but I'm at the base of our development. I wish this guy took my vehicle, walked to my house in 1 minute. But again, they blocked me from the queue of talking to him last week. Like when I came back from registering it, I should have drove right there. I should have actually came up this road, seen him, and got the blip to stop and say, "Hey." And he said, "Okay, next week." And then it would have been this week instead of next week. Woo! 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 Help me get up this hill. Worked out pretty good. I turned my hearing aids back up. Them trucks were killing me. I didn't realize how bad my hearing was all those years because they tried to tell me that it wasn't, right? Actually, somebody told VA not to give me. Right. Now, a lady take the test was probably innocent. They would want me to focus on her. Somebody in that adjudication section taking money from taking gold bars from the CIA. There's that antenna, and I'm in front of it, forward of it. Now it's pretty good. I lost it for a little bit as far as not because focusing on the antenna was like perfect. I turn it, antenna's getting closer, and then it disappeared. Make you feel like you're further away. I can't believe I made it 3 miles. I gotta spray some stuff on my body, see if I can get this to go into the background a little bit. The problem was actually, again, they were taking care of it in massage. So if they never did that CIA scam, FBI scam, DHS scam, state police scam, local police scam, in Massage Envy in Santa Fe, never would have happened because the real problem is it affects my lower back and my legs, but the real problem is in my left and right shoulders. Before it was just in the left, not shoulders, but my back. And I think it's just grabbing nerves. But it would have been completely gone, never would have come back. There's one house I looked at, it was nice, the other one was nicer. Well, because my road's paved, and it actually is, I found out since then that it's Penn Township maintenance, but this road isn't. So that van of mine, I'm like, nah, it's going to snow soon. We're in Pennsylvania. I need this road, I mean, I was all prepared for every snowstorm. If it took me a week to get out, take me a week to get out. But I'd have a 4x4 if it wasn't for the deep state. They're going to pay as much money as it takes, as many gold bars and as much cash as they need to effectuate what they want. So there's no, they'll say, well, he didn't push through. That's a sign that maybe he's guilty of a crime. That's the kind of shit they say. Meanwhile, they're spending millions and millions of dollars in gold bars. And I mean, a certain point, I mean, on all the stuff they do, it's probably trillions over the last 30 years. Just the corrupt stuff. Definitely billions. All for personal gain and personal vendetta that they dream up in their crazy ass minds. Killing people like it's going out of style, thinking it's funny. Sexualizing them. Women becoming prostitutes, men becoming prostitutes. Going into bathrooms and having sex. So all the law enforcement will sit around and laugh. They'll laugh in hell. Hell's real. I didn't understand hell till I realized these people. Now I know who goes to hell and for. Almost to my house. That was a big hill. I got one little hill, and then like it's downhill to my house. But that helps me understand that the everyday person's not going to hell. Right. Well, you have to understand the progression in the scriptures. Rabbi Yeshua was a long time ago. That beaten lightly is now not beaten at all and getting a pass. Again, he even articulates some of it. Because people that don't know any better are beaten loudly. Back in his time, that was the scripture he put out. But those that are given more is expected. Again, not more. So again, that gives you a cue and a clue. Well, again, it works that way. A time appointed arrived, boom, all revealed. Hey, if you're behind the CIA and their gold bar and cash program because you like it, you're responsible if you never heard my stuff. You're responsible for your own ignorance if you're part of that system that blocks the true information. Again, in some cases, it's mosque. Some cases it's Gurdwara, Hindu, so on and so forth. I don't get anywhere on this planet. I just got to speak. That's all. It's up to you to not block. You know, church, as soon as the deep state came along, it went from Larry loves the Lord and the Lord loves Larry to how much money? Brother Moore had a big job bringing in money, but they bring in bigger money. See how it is? And it's like, oh, he was bamboozling the church. Well, they bamboozled the church. And the church bamboozles itself also. All right, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do. Praise God.